Who are the Citizenship Team? Michelle Cabby is the project coordinator. Michelle is the project coordinator and she works 32 hours and has lived experience in counselling and working with and connecting with other groups. Michelle coordinates the North East Citizenship Team. In her spare time, Michelle likes to spend time working on her garden. I am the citizenship leader. I work 16 hours a week and I am a self-advocate who has autism and had experience in co-chairing different groups. I chair groups such as the Autism Strategy Group. I have lived experience in working with different disability groups and sharing the work around the 7 keys of citizenship. We next have Sean Ridley. Sean Ridley works 10 hours a week and is also an advocate who works with groups such as Brick Creative and has a learning disability. And he is also a director of Bridge Creative. Sean also has experience in being on an interview panel, and in his spare time, Sean is a DJ. We next have Terry Rutherford. Terry works 8 hours for the Citizenship Team, and he has gained experience and knowledge over the years from courses and meetings he has attended about autism, disability and learning disability. Terry has also attended over 200 care and treatment reviews, CTRs, and expert experience over the past 8 years. In his spare time, Terry enjoys photography, digital editing and also developing disability insight and awareness workshops. We next have Nargis Begum. Nargis works for the Citizenship Team for 8 hours a week also and has experience as a parent carer of an adult with autism. Nargis is passionate about working with special schools around cultural sensitivity and transition from school to adulthood. Nargis likes to work in a team and enjoys being part of Inclusion North, where she comes up with some great ideas. In her spare time, Nargis is a makeup artist.
What do the Citizenship Team do? The aim of the Citizenship Team was initially to find out what the integrated care system did and put it into a form that people could understand. Our aim is to gather a clear picture of citizenship in the North East and North Cumbria for people with a learning disability and autistic people and their carers. Using the 7 keys to citizenship as a framework, we asked for people's experiences and barriers to being active citizens.
Inclusion North is a community interest company based in Leeds, which was formed in 2008. The area Inclusion North works in covers the North East, North Yorkshire and Humberside. In November 2021, Inclusion North changed the company rules to include involving autistic people in their work. Inclusion North exists to make inclusion a reality for all people with a learning disability, autistic people and their families. Inclusion North work to change society so that everybody can have a good life as a valued member of society. Inclusion North raise awareness and work to remove the barriers to inclusion for people with a learning disability, autistic people and their families. What do Inclusion North do? Local areas join Inclusion North as members and work with them on local projects to increase inclusion for people with a learning disability, autistic people and their families. Inclusion North support regional work around bigger issues that affect everyone. Inclusion North are also part of bigger pieces of work that affect the whole country. Inclusion North also employ people with a learning disability, autistic people and family carers with lived experience as experts by experience for NHS care and treatment reviews in our expert hub. Our values: we believe in equality. Inclusion North value everyone equally. Everyone should have opportunities to live the life they choose. We believe in rights. Everyone has the right to choice and control in their life. We believe in justice. Inclusion North speak up when this doesn't happen. And we believe in inclusion for all. Inclusion North include everyone with a learning disability or autism.
We decided to hold a conference to show how important it was to be a citizen and how citizenship has effect on people and their lives, and a chance to meet with new people and colleagues and get them involved. Aims of the conference to talk about the work the Citizenship Team has done around 7 keys to citizenship, to show how important it is to be a citizen and to have the people's voices heard.
I'm now going to talk about what happened at the conference. So, the morning session. On the 8th of February 2024, the Citizenship Team held a conference at the Stadium of Light in Sunderland to showcase the work we have done. The conference was very well attended and successful. There were lots of professional people there and people with lived experience that came to our conference. The conference started with an introduction from Hayley Matthews, the regional manager, followed by Twisting Dogs and Spectrum, who performed songs and a poem. Once that had happened, Simon Duffy and Wendy Perez did an interactive workshop with Sean and I from the Citizenship Team. The Citizenship Team then talked about the work we have done over the last 2.5 years. Once the Citizenship Team had finished, Levi Buckley from the Integrated Care System, ICS, spoke and talked about the ICS and how that came about. People had a chance to engage with others at lunch. I'm now going to talk about the afternoon session and how that went. After lunch, people had the chance to take part in a workshop. There were a total of 4 different workshops. The first workshop was the one run by the Citizenship Team around the 7 Keys to Citizenship Challenge, designed to encourage community citizenship projects. The second workshop was led by Twisting Dogs, and this workshop was called Tell Me Your Story. Its aim was to give people the opportunity to explore key issues for them. The third workshop was from Spectrum Theatre, and this was called Creative Writing and Spoken Word. The group worked on a poem or a piece of creative writing about what friendship means to them. So quite important. The fourth workshop was led by Simon Duffy and Wendy Perez, and this one was called Citizenship, Over to You. At this workshop, people explored keys to citizenship and what it meant to them. Once the workshop had been done, everyone present returned to the main room and the closing remarks were made and the evaluation forms were done. The conference was a great success for the Citizenship Team.
A bit about the speakers. Our first speakers were Simon Duffy and Wendy Perez. Simon spoke about the 7 keys to citizenship in order to help people and their families explore good support. Simon invented personal budgets and has created the Citizens Network. Wendy Perez is a self-advocate, trainer and a consultant. Wendy spoke about how she helps people think about their life and their options for the future. Wendy worked with Simon Duffy to create an accessible version of keys to citizenship. Wendy spoke about how she helped Simon change and improve his original work. They both spoke about the importance of being an active citizen. They also spoke about the new release of the 2nd edition of their book, Everyday Citizenship, 7 Keys to a Life Well Lived. They had a signing of the new book at the conference. The second speakers were the Citizenship Team. So the Citizenship Team spoke about what they had done for the past 2 years. We spoke about what people with a learning disability and autistic people and their family carers told us about being an active citizen in the North East and North Cumbria. We spoke about what citizenship means and mentioned the methods we use to collect people's voices. We told people that we gathered 404 people's voices so far. We summarised the work we had done around the integrated care system, the ICS, and spoke about our results, each key, what is working well, what isn't working well, and what would make things better. The third speaker was Levi Buckley. He is an Executive Area Director for the North East and North Cumbria Integrated Care Board. Levi spoke about his 30 years experience in health and social care. This included mental health, learning disability and autism services. Levi spoke about the National Health Service, the NHS, the integrated care system, the ICS, what it is and what is happening currently, including the different jobs roles. He spoke about the 5 priorities and how this affects people. So number 1 was best start in life. Number 2 was valuing families. Number 3 was living well with good support. Number 4, good health for longer life. Number 5, good support in specialist hospitals. Levi also mentioned how he listens to the voices of service users. He mentioned how the voices of people with lived experience are used to help the ICS, the integrated care system, decide how their money is spent in the North East.
So what did people say about the conference? We had 88 people who attended, and we asked them, what did you learn while you were at the conference? And this is what they told us. To listen carefully to people to find out the best solution for them, what 7 keys to citizenship was and how to put that into practice, that people are still struggling with the same issues, that being a citizen is person-centred, that people with a learning disability and autistic people still don't have equal opportunities and their needs aren't being met by the people who care for them, that there are still some good people out there, that it's good to learn about Inclusion North, that there's still a long way to go, but we are on the right track. We also asked people what they liked about the conference. People told us that it was accessible, it was friendly, there was an open atmosphere, learning that autistic people have more value and they should be listened to, meeting new people, the variety of speakers and the fun workshops. There are a lot of people that the Citizenship Team would like to thank because every single one of them helped us to make sure the conference was the best day that it could be. So first and foremost, we'd like to thank our funders because without them, none of this would have been possible in the first place. We'd like to thank our steering group who have been turning up to planning meetings, sharing their thoughts and ideas, and for their really, great practical support on the actual day, making sure people were signed in and welcomed, making sure we collected up all the evaluation forms at the end, and just being there to support our event in any way they could. We'd like to thank Inclusion North. They did loads of background work, sending out the invitations for us, making sure we had all the right paperwork, signs, making sure everything was accessible and safe. We want to thank our speakers who really inspired us to think about citizenship and how we can be active in our communities. We want to thank our workshop leaders who provided us with different ways of looking at citizenship, Twisting Ducks for the creative delivery of the voices we had gathered, and that song is probably one of the most catchy ones I've ever heard because I'm still singing it now. All of the people who came along and took part and shared their thoughts and brought their enthusiasm. Just listening to the buzz on the day was really exciting for us because it's like all of the work we've done up until this point came into fruition. The venue for allowing us to view it numerous times and work out what would work.